crisis that gave us two of the largest American banking collapses ever seen in history, and many more banks would have collapsed if the Treasury hadn't essentially promised to bail out every single bank in America if they had to. Now, who listens to these facts and thinks that this is a stable economy looking like it's about to boom? Who sees with their own eyes the turmoil in the banking industry explode out of what seemed like nowhere, followed by a bailout to the tune of $300 billion, and then just 1 month on believes the media when they say that all is well and there's nothing to worry about? The media have been wrong about the economy time after time after time for the entirety of the last 3 years, and now we're suddenly expecting them to get it right all of a sudden, even when they're pushing the exact same lines today that they pushed over the last 3 years? The simple fact is that none of this makes sense. The Fed has to keep hiking interest rates because the economy is still too hot, and the job market, while it has been impacted slightly, has not been damaged to a sufficient extent to defeat inflation. That means the Fed is going to hike until the job market breaks, or as we saw over a month ago, something else breaks instead. Will it be the exact same problem with the exact same banks that breaks this time round? No, it will not, because that problem has now been realized by the banks and the Fed, but there will be another problem that rears its ugly head and threatens to tear everything down. The Fed will once again have to make a decision like they did with the banking crisis just gone. That time they chose to print $300 billion over the course of a single week in order to bail out those banks and keep them solvent and not throw the country's economy into an instant collapse. That leads me to believe that when the next crisis comes, they will do something similar and choose instant stability over long-term stability. In all likelihood, that means inflation remaining high for years to come as Powell becomes the very thing he's been so terrified of becoming over the last year, a failed Federal Reserve chairman who has to vacate his position to allow a Volcker to come in and